Good evening, I'm Junior Garcia and welcome to News Channel 8. Here are some of the top stories we have for you tonight. Burglar on the loose in St. Croix. Governor a no-show at the meeting with the Morgan Stanley Group. And the territory is tsunami ready. These stories and more next on News Channel 8.
TV8 News is brought to you by Total Excellium. More protection, more miles. Total, you know where to turn.
In our top story, detectives on St. Croix are on the hunt for Joseph Woodfolk, an Ohio man wanted in connection with a burglary and other crimes at St. Croix condominium in March. Melanie Rames has more.
Criminal Investigation Bureau detectives on St. Croix have issued a wanted poster for Joseph Woodfolk. Woodfolk is wanted in connection to a second-degree burglary, forcible and unlawful entry, and trespass. The incident happened at Cottages by the Sea on March 8th. Joseph Woodfolk, also known as JW, is originally from Ohio and frequents Estate LaGrange and Frederickstead Town. He's 36 years old, has a dark complexion. He's 6 foot 1 inches tall and weighs 168 pounds. Police are asking the community to call them if they know the whereabouts of the suspect. If you see him or know where he has been, please call police or contact detectives at 712-6077, 712-6037. You can call 911 or Crime Stoppers USVI at 1-800-222-TIPS. You can also text USVI plus your message to crimes. That's 274637.
New tonight, Senator Terrence Positive Nelson's meeting today with representatives from financial services firm Morgan Stanley to address the territory's financial crisis was met with a no-show by the Governor John D. Young Jr. and other administration officials.
I am somewhat disappointed that the executive branch did not send a representative. However, be as it may be, I think it was a very productive meeting. We got a lot of information out of it. Let me publicly thank Senator Nelson for putting it together. I think for the past couple of hours, we exchange ideas. We also compare our situation with others. When I say others, I'm talking Puerto Rico, Guam, and a couple of other countries and states. And from my perspective, I think we are ahead of the game. We are in a better situation than some of these guys. So overall, it was a productive meeting. I believe something came out of it. We're going to continue meeting. Senator Nelson and his staff did a wonderful job in putting this together. And we just have to continue being open-minded in terms of all the ideas that are being presented to us. I think that by working together, and this is really maybe a message to the other government entities, that we need to come together as one and resolve this crisis.
The information received today from Morgan Stanley was a viable option for the Virgin Islands government to address its financial debt situation. The information received is also beneficial as we're going into the budget season in the next couple of months. But I must put on record as well my disappointment for the executive branch not being here today as we all put our heads together to address our financial crisis that we're faced with.
I'm very disappointed that we didn't even have our representative from the Department of Finance here, understanding what possibilities that they are, even as policymakers, how important it is to be here to understand some of the Morgan Stanley's understanding of what our issues are in the territory. So let me just say that I'm happy that I came as a policymaker, because you get to understand the pros and the cons. You get to understand how important it is for audits to be done. on a timely manner, how this may impact us getting monies in the territories in regards to bonding issues. So I just have to say that I'm very happy that Morgan Stanley came. I have to thank Senator Nelson for actually hosting this meeting and me yielding a committee meeting on this day, understanding the importance of this meeting. So I just look forward to my colleagues and I working together to see how we can be able, as a territory, to be able to make ourselves in a better position to then have a better bonding relationship to get more monies for the territory.
I feel good about today's meeting. Anytime we can hear from reputable institutions, reputable programs, as an elected official, we need to make every effort to participate and hear the possibilities without any commitment. We just need to gather as much information as we can, inform the public as to why we're doing what we're doing, and then together as a body, along with the executive branch, make a wholesome, good decision for the Virgin Islands and the future and its people.
The meeting today was very productive. I found it very informative. The possibilities are there in terms of how we look at the financial deficit of the territory, options that would offer us to look at the economic development and likewise to deal with our deficit. So this meeting was very productive for me, and it also provided me the insights necessary to look at the potential of what is being offered by Senator Nelson in terms of suggested measures that we can move towards the refinancing and looking at the further economic development of the territory.
Well, I think overall it was a positive outcome. It was a valuable meeting because what Morgan Stanley really came to do was to talk to us about, well, the feasibility of our plan, which this is the Virgin Islands infrastructure plan I've been talking about, which is debt restructuring and economic stimulus. They sort of let us know what the market atmosphere is like and what might be more feasible or not, and the options. Of course, something that was mentioned, and it's something that we have to work on as a territory, are these audits. Because of audits not being up to date, it actually costs us as a territory more and limits us from how we can market our bonds. So I think the information they gave us as senators was very valuable, so I'm not at all disappointed in the presentation. I just wish that all of us, both the executive branch and the legislative branch, is on board with what's going on, because I think this is to the total benefit of our entire territory. Well, the next step is to crystallize the plan a little better. The next step is to hopefully try to work on getting some of these financial audits up to date, because it's going to help us overall, because we're leaving money on the table right now due to that, and continue to just build collaboration amongst us as a legislature and an executive branch, because if our primary responsibility is to look out for the territory, our people, and the territory itself physically, knowing that we have a critical mass, the sense of urgency, I think, needs to be developed, and we move post-haste in that direction. I think from here on, we're going to continue to crystallize the plan and continue to have dialogue with the reps from Morgan Stanley until such time that we're actually ready to issue bonds. We're not ready yet, because there are some things that we should put in place, but we definitely have some investors at the table which will help to market the plan, because if we're also talking about economic growth while we're talking about debt restructuring, I think based on their presentation to us, it will help market our bonds and make the bond issue a lot more feasible and palatable to the market.
In other news, the territory has been designated as tsunami ready by the United States Department of Commerce, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Governor D. Young announced yesterday. This designation is granted once an emergency operations center and a 24-hour warning point to receive tsunami information have been established.
Clearly, the discussions that you will have today have to do with loss of life, prevention, accurate forecastings, and timely information to our communities. I especially want to congratulate the British Virgin Islands for their award today and their recognition as tsunami ready, and also to my team at the Virgin Islands Emergency Management as we follow the lead of Anguilla and Puerto Rico in making sure that we do everything that is possible with respect to our communities. One of the things that is the most interesting about living on an island or living on islands is that you're lulled by the beauty of the sea, you're impassioned by the hills, by the attitudes of our people, by the tourists that come to visit, just by the serenity of our area. But deep within all of that are risks and are hazards that each of us that are policymakers recognize that we have to deal with each and every day. And the 17 countries that are here today clearly understand that in and of themselves. They recognize that we have a responsibility, whether we're elected officials or we're appointed officials, to be able to be ready and prepared for what will come in the most dire of times and at the times when we're most at ease.
It gives me a great pleasure to be part of this momentous occasion today, as the U.S. Virgin Islands as well as the British Virgin Islands are both recognized as tsunami ready by NOAA and the National Water Service. It is a recognition that we, Team Vitima, have worked hard to achieve over 2 years plus. This is just the first phase. This is the beginning. We got to maintain our status as tsunami ready here in the territory. That means there's a lot more work to be done. There's a lot more public outreach to be done to the general population. And finally, I want to also acknowledge and congratulate the entire community here in the Virgin Islands for engaging in the concept of tsunami ready. Our schools have begun tsunami drills. Our private businesses have hosted tsunami awareness training, and community organizations have come forward and facilitate training session. So we are on the way.
Stay tuned for more news after this.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
In keeping with the ongoing celebration of the territory's nurses, today the Wang F. Louis Hospital in St. Croix held its annual service award ceremony to recognize employee milestones.
This morning, we salute you for the significant milestones with our hospital, whether it be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, and even 30 years. We salute you for what you have done for JFL, for our community. Your years of service has been an inspiration to our patients, their families, and our team members. You are an essential member of this team, and we appreciate you. I'd like to leave with you this quote that Gandhi said: "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service for others."
Here's what I know. Knowledge is the great equalizer. When you know that you know that you know, no one can take that away from you. And when you know what you know, you just start to rise above the ranks because you have made yourself better. And so today, I congratulate you for your years of service. And I hope that it is not 1 year of service multiplied many times. But I hope that each subsequent year, you have become a better person. When each one of you, each one of us, becomes better as an individual, collectively, JFL becomes better. It becomes stronger. We become what we are expected to be, the best. But it depends on every single one of us in this room to own what we do. So I know this is a sobering talk this morning, and I will shut up. But I just want to thank all of you for all your hard work. I see it every single day, and I want you to know that we all at JFL, we appreciate you. We appreciate your dedication and your sacrifices. Thanks.
I remember when 9 out of 10 employees at the Juan Luis Hospital had high blood pressure. You probably know about your own, but you didn't know about the other. Okay? And now it seems like it's turning the other way around. Yeah. Every other employer with positive said, Hanson, I have high blood pressure. With 5 years of service, if you could pass 5 years, I go all the way 30, you tough, and you love Juan Luis Hospital. You've got to love Juan Luis Hospital. This is one of the most difficult places to work at. And you have to have the right environment. And I want to thank you, Dr. Griffith, for attempting, and your team. Because you always speak about your team whenever you come before the legislature. People that help you. People like these people that you're honoring and recognizing today. Let us all stand and show the respect and love and appreciation to people who have made it all the way to 30 years. And let us pray for those that have 5 years that can make it all the way to those that have made it to 30. God bless each and every one of you, and thank you.
Hats off to our nurses for your service to our community. Well, tomorrow, May 15, is the final day for local homeowners to apply for property credits against the 2013 and the 2014 property tax bills. Property owners may not apply for more than 2 credits, homestead and any one of the other categories for which they may be eligible. In order to be eligible for homestead credits against the 2013 and 2014 property tax bills, a person must be a property owner of record as of January 1st for the applicable tax year. Tax credits are available in the following categories: general homestead, veterans, seniors, disabled, Class 1 inheritance, visitable home and tax credit circuit breaker. Tax credits are also available for Virgin Islands farmers. Property owners who may be eligible for these tax credits are encouraged to visit the tax assessor's office on their respective island or contact 776-8505 in St. Thomas. Again, that number is 776-8505 in St. Thomas, 776-6737 on St. John, or 773-6459 for Christiansted, or 772-3115 for the Frederiksted office. Or you can also visit them online at ltg.gov.vi. That's Lieutenant Governor gov.vi. Again, that is ltg.gov.vi. More news straight ahead.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Now here is Melanie Teatree with a report on the Virgin Islands Human Services Department's effort to offer therapeutic services to troubled teens.
The Human Services Department bring representatives from Woodward Academy to offer therapeutic services for delinquent juveniles. Let's talk to Dr. Victor.
Hi, good day. This is a wonderful day. We have the opportunity of having one of our partners, Woodward Academy and Clarinda Academy, here to share with our partners how to do what they do best for our youth in the territory. This is Angie Van Winkle. She is the marketing director and also a past admissions officer, and she will give you an overview of her team.
I'm Angie Van Winkle with Woodward and Clarinda Academy. We're here to present today to some of the workers in the territory in regards to our program and what we offer. We have Woodward Academy. It is an all-boys program in Woodward, Iowa. They have 3 different programs there. They have a highly structured 90-day program, a residential program that's 6 to 9 months, and then a long-term residential sex offender program that is anywhere from 9 to 18 months. Clarinda Academy is our other school in Iowa. It's located in Clarinda, Iowa. It's both boys and girls residential, and that's an overview of what we offer to the territories. This is Guthrie Fritz from Woodward Academy and Mike Butt from Clarinda Academy, both admissions directors at our facilities.
This is Melanie Johannes Dietrich reporting for News Channel 8.
Stay with us. Your weather report is up next.
Your weather coming up next. Your weather.
And here's a look at your weather forecast.
Tonight, scattered showers after 8 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 78, east-northeast wind around 18 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. Thursday, scattered showers mainly before noon, mostly sunny with a high near 80, east wind around 17 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. Thursday night, scattered showers, partly cloudy with a low around 78, east-northeast wind around 17 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. Friday, scattered showers, mainly before noon, mostly sunny with a high near 80, east wind 13 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. And Friday night, scattered showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 78, east wind around 15 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 40%. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. And this is Essie Gaston Edwards with your News Channel 8 weather report.
Thank you very much for tuning in. That's all we have for local news. Do not forget to like us on Facebook at WSVI-CH8. You can also follow us now on Twitter at WSVI-TV News. I'm Junior Garcia, and World News is up next. Good night, Virgin Islands.
TV8 News was brought to you by Total Excellium. More protection, more miles. Total. You know where to turn.